Assalamu alaikum everybody, this is your Arabic teacher Sam and a very warm welcome back to the Arabic with Sam channel. I pray that you guys are very well and in the best of health. Hope you guys are having a nice day. Hope you guys are enjoying the time off work as well if in your country you get time off work at this time of year. So in this video, this is actually a video from my Platinum students, but he very kindly agreed that I could share it with you guys here on YouTube as well to give you guys some extra value as well. So in this video we're going to do a little introduction to what should perhaps be your first ever Arabic to Arabic dictionary. It's a really nice little transition to go from dictionaries that are specifically meant for English speakers actually into taking all of your Arabic into an Arabic world. That's a really important step, I think, in learning Arabic, and it's one of the main objectives of my Arabic in 60 Steps program, that students should reach a level of what I call Arabic language independence, that they no longer need English. That's the objective really of the Arabic in 60 Steps program, that you will always come across things in your life that you don't understand, right? Like even in English, like if I read a novel in English, I'll often come across words that I don't understand, and you just use a dictionary for it. And that's the stage that I'd like my students to get to in Arabic by the end of the Arabic in 60 Steps program. So you should be able to ask people in a spoken environment what something means. You're having a conversation with someone in Arabic and they say a word that you don't mean, to be able to ask what does that mean and understand it in other terms. And in a written term, the way that we do that is with a dictionary. So in this video, we're going to talk about this particular dictionary and why it's so good. I hadn't actually never used this dictionary before until I consulted a really good friend of mine. He's been a guest on the podcast, or the Arabic with Sam podcast, Shaheen Ar-Rahman. I spoke to him about it because a student asked me what is a good dictionary to be your first Arabic to Arabic dictionary, and he told me about a few different ones, and we sort of came to the conclusion that it would be this one. That'd be quite a nice one. So we're going to compare that a little bit with the Hans Wehr dictionary, because most students who are serious about Arabic use the Hans Wehr dictionary at one time or another, that or Lane's lexicon. But the Hans Wehr dictionary is probably the most common. You can see that I've had mine for quite a while. It's quite battered and bruised. I've had mine for a little while. Probably about 7 years actually, I probably had mine. But so before we get into the Arabic dictionary, which is called Al-Misbah Al-Munir, so it's called Al-Misbah Al-Munir, and I don't know, I couldn't actually find it in any of the online stores that deliver in the UK, so it will most definitely be available abroad. I mean, if any of you go to Egypt or Lebanon, you'd definitely be able to get it, as well as probably any other Arabic-speaking country in the world. There's probably some big Arabic bookshops like in London and in Birmingham and stuff where you can probably get it from, but it's called Al-Misbah Al-Munir, and yes, that's what it's called. Probably available for like £15 or something. You can't get it on Amazon. I have already checked. But so that's that one. We're going to come on to it, inshallah, after I've just given you a brief rundown of what the Hans Wehr dictionary is, for those of you who don't know. So the Hans Wehr dictionary is only an Arabic to English dictionary. You won't find anything English to Arabic in there. And it's ordered by root letters. It's very common for Arabic dictionaries to be ordered by root letters. Because if it were to be ordered the way that an English dictionary would be ordered, the meme and the elif sections would be like half of the dictionary, because loads of words in Arabic begin with a meme for reasons that to go a bit beyond the scope of this video, and as well as elif. Elif and meme, like, I don't know, maybe like 30% of words, like a third of words in Arabic or something, would probably begin with an elif or a meme. So that's why Arabic dictionaries are very rarely organised like that. Some of the more beginner dictionaries are, just to make it a bit more accessible for beginners when they first start learning Arabic, and I think that's a good idea. But the Hans Wehr dictionary is not organised like that. It's a root word dictionary. So if we had a word like maktub, you'd have to be able to spot that the root letters are kaf, ta, and ba, to do with writing, and you'd look up kaf, ta, and ba in that order in this book, and and that's how it's done in this book. And the entries that are in it, are organised. So it will show you the verb, and then it will go through like the 10 different forms. Those of you who learn in like Orientalist or Western or academic way of learning Arabic, you'll be familiar with what the terms 1 to 10 mean. But for those of you who just learn sarf and don't know what that is, it's essentially when you have a verb like fa'ala, 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 af'ala, and you go through all of those different forms. That's what the different forms are. It will go through each of those and tell you all and then afterwards it'll have different nouns that come from it as well. So that's how the Hans Wehr dictionary is organised. I'm going to bring the camera around to show you inside Al-Misbah Al-Munir, and I'll have a little chat with you guys. I'll do a little walkthrough for you guys on how Al-Misbah Al-Munir, how it's navigated, what it looks like on the inside, just some different terms, some different language terms that are used in it, and and I'll just show you guys inside of it to see what it looks like and see how to get the most out of it. So I'll bring you around. So this is an angle that I've never actually used before on this camera. I've had to do some shifting around to actually get myself looking at this angle. So so the way that you would navigate this, I've already put a bookmark in here just because I'm sort of reading this book through the camera, so my coordination's a bit funny. So I've already put a bookmark in here. But and that's on kataba. And I thought we'd use that just as a good example, kataba. And the way that you do look for it is you look for the first root letter first. So some dictionaries, you have to look for the last one first. I have known of dictionaries needing to look for the second root letter first as well. But this dictionary, Al-Misbah al-Munir, always goes from, you know, from the first root letter, second root letter, third root letter. First little bit of language to know is that it doesn't actually have the letter kaf, for example. So it just has kitabul kaf. You know, it actually spells out kaf as well, like the letter kaf, you know, if we're to look at some other letters as well. So like most students who sort of learn in the West will probably very rarely ever get to see that the word dad is written like that, dad. So kitabul dad is written like that. But anyway, so if we come down here, you can see down here that we have kaf, ta and ba. And actually this is also a funny bit of language as well. So we have al-kaf ma'a ta. So we have kaf and ta. Wa ma yuthallithuhuma. So that's a really funny bit of language. I've never actually seen that before. But yeah, there is a verb thallatha, which is to make something three. If any of you guys were watching my I did a Facebook Live the other day about words to do with Christianity, like Arab Christianity, and the word tathlith is the word for the Trinity. Yeah, which is interesting, isn't it? How tawheed, you know, like that sort of pattern, but for the number wahid, for the number one, is like the Muslim doctrine. So tawheed is for Muslims, and then tathlith is for Christians, which I just thought was interesting. But anyways, so it's like kaf ma'a ta wa ma yuthallithuhuma, and what makes them into three. You know, it is literally what it says. So yuthallithu is like to make something three, and then the huma is the two of them that it's referring back to, the kaf and the ta. So this is how you'd see an entry. Let me, yeah, it's all right, isn't it? I'm actually going to sit it on Hans-Wehr dictionary, so it's a little bit higher so we can see it a bit better. So what we have here is, yeah, kaf ta ba, and then it will show you the verb first and foremost. So kataba, and it uses it in a number of different ways, right? It uses that word in a number of different ways. So kataba katban, so it has like the fi'l and then the masdar after it. Yeah, it has the fi'l and then the masdar, and then it will just have different uses afterwards that it will show you. So so it starts with using a fatha at the beginning. So kataba katban. But then this next entry, then it'll say bil kasri. Then it has kitaban, yeah, and then kitaba, al kitabatu. So it sort of starts with words that begin with a fatha, on the first of the root letters, and then it talks about the ones that have a kasra on the root letters, which is quite an interesting way of navigating it. Throughout the sort of the looking at it that I've done, it seems like quite often it quotes the people of language, or it might often quote specific grammarians and stuff as well to reference and to prove the points that the author makes. What's an author of a dictionary called? I'll put it in the comments. Help me out, inshallah. I've forgotten the word, because there's a particular word for someone who writes a dictionary, but I can't remember what it's called. I can just Google it after this. But anyway, that is a little intro to Al-Misbah al-Munir. That obviously differs a lot to how Hans-Wehr is. Like if we were to look for kaf, ta and ba, you don't have the letter, you know, you don't have kitabul kaf up here. You literally just have, you know, dad, jim and ra there, you know. So if you need to find kaf, ta and ba, and it would be a title at the top there like that. So that's kind of how the Hans-Wehr dictionary differs to Al-Misbah al-Munir. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope it was beneficial for you guys. And yeah, I hope you consider buying Al-Misbah al-Munir if you're thinking about having an Arabic to Arabic dictionary. There are other options as well, but as we sort of get to them and as they're requested, I'll perhaps do videos on those on the channel at a later date, inshallah. So I'll catch you guys soon. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to like and share it, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll see you guys in the next one. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu.